Hey guys, it's Bastian time, and welcome to Nintendo News. I'm your host, Bastian. Let's get to that first story. This is kind of interesting. Originally, Nintendo was playing around with various ideas of games that would come pre-installed on the Wii U. Of course, most of us got the Nintendo Land disc package with our deluxe edition, but there was a point in time where that is not what it was going to be. It was going to be what has ended up coming together as Game & Wario. So you might remember in one of the games in Game & Wario is this pirate thing where you've got to hold up the gamepad to block their arrows, and it's like a rhythm-based thing. And you might remember that all the way back when the Wii U was first revealed, that was a game shown at E3 all the way back when, and that game and a bunch of other games were originally going to be on the Wii U, pre-installed. I don't quite know why they held off on those and created Nintendo Land instead, because they were pretty interesting games, but anyways, now we know that those games became Game & Wario, which is coming out. I feel like it was a couple months ago I talked about the new Tetris, which was, I think, a Nintendo 64 version of Tetris, which had a developer, one of the programmers, posting some rants about the staff in the game and hidden in the code. Well, apparently in the other Nintendo 64 Tetris game, Tetrisphere, a completely different programmer also posted some very pointed rants at his supervisor. He had some very interesting things to say about his supervisor's lack of talent, lack of dedication, basically that his supervisor was always playing EverQuest instead of actually doing any work, so it's kind of interesting. Last week I talked about the new Adventure Time game, and the fact that it's going to be a 4-player game. It's going to be on both the Wii U and the 3DS. Well, we've finally got a tentative release date of November 12th, at least according to Amazon. Now, Amazon recently has just been seeming to make up dates out of the blue for the release of various games that have not yet officially had release dates or details like whether or not they'll be on a physical disc in some instances. But anyways, interesting stuff. Who knows what it's going to turn out to be, but we'll just have to wait and see. This next story is like something out of a movie. Basically, a 15-year-old, it's not in the US or Canada or the UK or any of those kinds of countries. I think, if I remember right, it was from a third world country or something like that. But a 15-year-old kid, was forced by his mom and I think brother to go on a burglary spree, and he completely objected to it, but they forced him to go with him. So what he did is he took his DSi with him and used it to take pictures all along the way, and then he turned that in as evidence to convict these crimes. And wow, that's just a very interesting use of his DS. Our final story for today is a pretty interesting video. It's like a fan's concept video of what a smartphone from Nintendo might be like. Now, you know, a lot of people have said Nintendo really should get into the smartphone industry, but usually what they mean by that is release games as apps on the iPhone or the Android. This fan thought, well, what would it be like if Nintendo themselves created a smartphone? That might be pretty cool. So, in fact, as he depicts it, it is pretty cool. I would buy this thing for sure. I'd give up my iPhone instantly for this. But anyways, if you want to watch that video, there's a link for you down below, and that's it for this episode of Nintendo News. See you guys tomorrow for some Zelda news. Bye, guys.